Well, again, I'll just say, like I said last night, proud of our kids, proud of my team. Just really thought in a big moment it wasn't too big for them. And I think I'm heartbroken for them. Extremely disappointed that we didn't win. Quite frankly, I thought we played hard enough. We made so many plays throughout the course of the game. To get down early like we did and have it sliding off the tracks and to be able to get it back on the tracks and finish the first half like we did, and then really come out in the third quarter and really dominate the game. I'm heartbroken for them. I'm heartbroken for Mississippi State. I think our university, our program, my staff, these kids, I just feel like they deserve the right to win that game. But life isn't fair sometimes, and sometimes you don't get what you deserve. And to be completely accountable and responsible, we just didn't make enough plays and didn't get it done. And y'all know my philosophy. My job, I got to get those kids home in a close game like that. That's my job, and I didn't get them home. So we'll watch film today and get some shooting in, and then we'll get ready to go on the road on Thursday. They didn't do us any favors with the schedule, having to go back to back on the road Monday, Thursday, and again, we'll embrace the challenges. We'll embrace the way it is, and you know what? We say it all the time that you got to go earn it. You got to go take it. And ain't nobody going to help us, and we've got to go make it happen. And that's what I want this team to embrace. I want them to embrace saying nobody's here to give you anything. You got to earn it. You got to go take it. You got to make it happen. You got to be an active participant in that. And so again, these two last night I thought were sensational. I thought JaMya was outstanding off the bench, 6 out of 10, had no turnovers. Just really played well, played with tremendous poise, ran her team, and so she's done that now in a couple of really big ball games. I need her to now develop that consistency and finish out in the next 6, 7, 8 weeks regular season and have that consistency. She did it against Stanford earlier in the year, played 31 minutes, and so I need her to really grow from that. And, Rickea played well also. Battled down there, rebounded, and got us 5 defensive rebounds. I need her to get some offensive rebounds for me. But these kids are our future, and they continue to grow and get better. And so we'll get ready for Vanderbilt.
Start with Robbie. We'll take questions for all three.
JaMya, this is for you. Played most of the fourth quarter, if not all, I think, against Stanford, and again last night, and went up against a veteran in Ty Harris. How did you feel like you handled that moment, getting a chance to play in front of that big crowd against #1 team, and how did you feel like you kind of handled all that?
I think I handled it well. Playing against somebody like her, I got a lot of respect for her. But just not being afraid of the moment. Just going out there and seizing the opportunity. That's really all I wanted to do and help my teammates get the win. But we'll be okay. And as far as the big crowd goes, we have big crowds here, so it really didn't bother me playing in front of a big crowd like that.
Go to Robbie and then Ben.
For Kia, there was a lot of talk about South Carolina signing class, and they've had a really good season, the freshmen. But y'all came out, and I think you and Aaliyah and JaMya had 40 points combined or something like that. What did you think that said about the group that y'all have and what Coach Schaefer put together with that signing class?
I think that goes to say rankings really don't mean nothing. It's about your heart at the end of the day. We all lace our shoes up the same, so it's really who wants it more. So I feel as though I feel that we have the best freshmen in the country, and we definitely showed that.
And again, I'll just add to that, you know, you throw Aaliyah and Jayla in with these two, you know, our future. And, but we have a lot of young kids. Our sophomores are our future, you know. That's what you're looking at. And, you know, our signing class was not trading it for anybody's. And I thought you saw a bunch of young players last night in that game. I mean, that's what's exciting for our game of women's basketball. And I love the competitive spirit of my class and of our kids that are playing. So I'm not trading them for anybody.
Vic, we've seen Rickea score in high volume this year already, but when you have JaMya come off the bench and Aaliyah come off the bench and score double figures, I mean, what does that do for this team? I mean, how different does that make this team?
Yeah, it makes it quite different, and I think that's what, you know, I think in the future, you know, I think you're going to see a little bit more of JaMya. I think from a scoring ability, you know, she really brings a different look, and people have to really defend her, and then consequently our team, you know, a little differently. And I think that's the good thing about having a two-headed monster like we have at point guard right now. I mean, you got Maya, she had 4 assists last night, and she runs a great floor game. And you know, the thing with Maya, I've seen Maya make 6 threes in a game. I've seen her score 30-something. And so she can do it. But with JaMya, I think you got a kid that, again, has an edge, plays with a lot of confidence. She's got a presence about her. And, you know, I think all these, you know, those 3 freshmen, you know, I didn't even look that up, Robbie, but if that's the case, that's a lot of points for a bunch of 18-year-olds in a big game like that. And so it does. It gives you, you know, I think the thing I walk away with last night is knowing that if we get beat, you know, again this year, it won't be because the moment was too big for us. We proved last night the moment ain't too big. There's not going to be a bigger game this year unless we're playing in the last one. So it won't be because the moment's too big. We might not play well, we might not have do other things, but it won't be because we were all tied up and we couldn't function because we were nervous. You know, I think our kids handled that extremely well last night, and I'm really, you know, encouraged by that. I think I learned something about my team last night.
With Jessica getting into foul trouble early last night, what did you kind of learn about your bigs? How do you think they played, you know, and kind of fighting through all that?
Yeah, I don't think we played very well down there. I don't think anybody thinks we did, and I don't think those kids think we did. Was disappointed in Jessica getting in foul trouble. But, you know, Jess competed all night long when she was in there. She just wasn't in there as much as I'd like her to be. And, you know, I think Promise and JaMya, when they look at the film, they're not going to see a very good thing. And I think that's reality, that's accountability, that's responsibility. I'll wear it with them. You know, I got to coach better and teach better, because we did not play well down there. We got destroyed down there, and it wasn't even hard for them. And then that's the thing that is concerning and disconcerting, concerning. And so we've got to get better down there, and those 2 kids have got to give us a little more than what they're giving us. I thought JaMya competed a little bit down there. She got an offensive rebound and a big stick back for us, and she tried to compete and fight a little bit. But still, I just think there's so much more that kid can bring and give, and it's my job to get it out of her. And I think when we get that out of her, it makes our team better. And I think our team feeds off of her when she's blocking shots, because she can block them wildly. And when she does that, it kind of juices our team up a little bit. So, you know, we'll get there. We're going to keep working and coaching and teaching with these kids, and that's the thing you got to do with young kids. Look, they're 18 today. They're going to be 18 tomorrow. They've played 19 games. They'll have played 19 tomorrow. The only thing that fixes young and inexperienced is experience. They got to go into they have to experience those moments. They have to be in those games, and once they experience that, that's how they get better. That's the only thing that fixes that. It isn't, you know, one night's sleep.
Go ahead, Ben.
JaMya and Rickea, we've talked about y'all's class obviously a lot, and you guys have made a big impact this year. What's y'all's kind of relationship, whether it's on the floor or off the floor, and how much do you guys feel like that sort of adds to what we see on the floor?
I feel like that how close we are builds our chemistry on the court. We want to see one another succeed, so it's always encouragement within us, and we're all in the same dorm, so we see each other every day, and it's nothing but good vibes, and so I feel like that definitely helps us on the court because we're so close.
Yeah.
Like she said, we see each other almost every day, and like every time we're around each other, we just always laughing and smiling, and that helps whenever we're on the court with somebody.
Will Robbie and then Tyler.
Vic, a lot of coaches say, you know, you don't want a team to beat you twice, and you have to play a game on Thursday against Vanderbilt. What have you kind of seen from them? And I guess how confident are you that your team's going to be able to put this game behind them and get ready for that one?
Well, first of all, Vanderbilt's much improved. Stephanie and her staff are doing a tremendous job, and they're playing very well. They've had a much, obviously their season's gone much better, and you know, Stephanie's a heck of a coach, so they've got good players, and they're playing at a very high level. They'll be at home. You know, the other answer to that question, I'd be really disappointed if my kids don't come out and play well. I just think they showed themselves, they showed my staff what they're capable of, and that they shouldn't settle. They should never settle for anything less than what happened last night. You know, I'm always anxious to see us play the next game. I'll be really anxious to see how we come out tomorrow in practice, what the accountability is, and then I'll be anxious to see us play Thursday night at 8 against a really good Vanderbilt team, because, you know, they've got a tremendous 5-player too that, by the way, she hurt Tierra McCown last night. Tierra McCown was the Defensive Player of the Year nationally a year ago, and that kid's really good. So she's still there, a year older, a year wiser, and we're going to have to be really good down there, really solid. But I'll be shocked if we don't play well.
Tyler.
Vic, you talked about how disappointed you were with Jess getting into foul trouble, and I think she only scored 2 points, didn't make a field goal. On the flip side of that, you know, what does it say about your team to stay in that game and only lose by 2, given that one of your best players was pretty much out of the game, only playing 24 minutes?
Yeah, she, you know, she did so many other things well for us. I mean, she's battling down there in Boston and trying to just keep her off the boards. I was so concerned about rebounding going into the game, and we got out rebounded 3, which I'll take against that team. That is a physical team. They are a rebounding machine, and so, yeah, I think it hurts us when she goes out. At the same time, you know, I'd like to think that those, you know, Promise and JaMya had a little bit of to do with us staying in it, but those two just, you know, we've got to develop them better. We've got to get more out of those two, because, you know, when Jessica went out, they really went to work on us. So we've got to get better. I've got to coach better and teach better down there, and we've got to develop some consistency down there. But, you know, the rest of our team continue to fight and battle, and you know, you rebound as a team, and Chloe had 9 rebounds. She had more rebounds than all of our 5s put together. That's a problem, and that'll be my challenge to that group. So, you know, hard to take Chloe off the floor when she's helping you rebound. She had 9, 8 defensive. Rickea had 5, and so you know, I need more from Rickea. She knows that. Played Rickea 39 minutes last night. That's too many minutes. She just, you know, those kids, her and Jordan, both played too many minutes. They play so hard, and they know I don't want them resting on defense, and they're going to see on film they're resting on defense. They got to get their breath, and when they rest, that's when something bad happens on that end. And so I think what we showed last night is we've got some depth. Zaria, JaMya, Aaliyah came in and were fantastic. Again, can we get the consistency from that group night in and night out to do what they did last night? That's the challenge. If we know we're going to get that consistency every night, that really, you know, that changes our team tremendously. And I think that, you know, Zaria I think she had 3 rebounds in the time she was in there. Okay, if I would have left her in double that time or triple that time, could she have helped me rebound like she did in the minute she was in? That's the $1 million question. If I had the, you know, if I had the glass to look through there and see, I would have played her more. So I've got some confidence in that bench though now. Now I want to see them do it consistently every day in practice and every game.
Tom and then Ben.
Kind of going off that, Rickea, Coach mentioned that there were a couple times in first quarter things could have got out of hand quickly, but what was some of the things that you all talked about in the second quarter to really get back in that ballgame?
Just being poised and staying within our team. We knew that, you know, they're a very good team and it was a big crowd, but that's nothing we never played in front of before because, you know, we have a lot of fans here also. So just playing our game and not getting rattled. So,
Go to Ben.
Vic, you kind of touched on it there in terms of rotation. I know minutes weren't necessarily exactly what you wanted for Rickea and Joe last night, but when you look at what you got last night from the bench and production-wise from JaMya and Aaliyah and others, I mean, is that kind of the rotation you'd like and the players you'd kind of like to see taking those minutes at least down the stretch as you get? I know there's still a lot of season there.
Well, if you followed us at all and paid attention, you probably can't figure out my rotation right now because from one game to the next, you got somebody that might play 30-some minutes and somebody might play 2 last night or 3 or 4, whatever it is. And it's all about matchups, y'all. It's all about matchups. It's all about having what we have to deal with defensively, what we're trying to do offensively. And, you know, I thought last night offensively what we were doing was really giving them problems, and I had to have the right players on the floor to do that. At the same time, those were the same players that I felt like defensively could give me what I needed. So, you know, I don't have an answer for you other than it's just kind of game to game right now. And that's what this league requires. You know, great coaching, great players, and matchups. And I think if you're unwilling to adjust, I think people are going to pass you by. You know, one of the things we talked about in the staff meeting today that I'll share with you is that we're not, as a staff, I'm not as a head coach, I'm not satisfied with where we are. It's January 21st. And if we're satisfied with where we are, if this is our team and we just think that this is what we have, I think you're missing the boat as a coach. I think if you're not self-evaluating every day and trying to figure out how can we get better, what's going to make us better as a team, offensively, defensively, if you're not evaluating that daily and trying to, and if it means big change, then you big change. You know, we're not afraid of big change around here. We've done it in the NCAA tournament before. So I think you've got to continuously evaluate what you have, and you've got to be able to make changes. Again, this isn't personal. This is just about your team and about having success and winning. And I think that's where we are right now. We had a great staff meeting. We had some great evaluation, and you know, we're all about getting better. And if that means changing combinations and maybe sitting some kids or not playing as many minutes but playing some others, then that's what we're going to do. And we're not going to be afraid to do that. And if there's criticism that comes with that, that's fine. I'm not afraid of that. I'm all about winning and being the best we can be.
Go to Danny.
Coach, you mentioned a good 5 player for Vanderbilt. Do you think it's maybe a good thing that you all play in Vanderbilt this quick, maybe most players maybe have a short memory from the other night and go back at it and accept the challenge immediately?
Yeah, it's never good to play somebody else in the SEC. But you know, I think that's probably we'll find out Thursday night. You know, be interesting to see how we respond for sure. You know, post defense for us, Danny, to me is always not just about one player. We talk about playing post defense 30 feet from the rim. You know, that has to do with ball pressure and where you're letting them catch it and where you're letting them feed it from. And if you're going to let them catch it and toe the line, 3-point line, your post defense is exposed a little bit. If you're pushing people out on the floor and making them catch it at the 28-foot line or 35 feet from the rim, it's hard to have an inside game because you can't throw it down there. So, you know, that's something we'll continue to work on and talk about. And at the same time, there's no such thing as high-low offense if there's no high.
Anything else? All right, thank you all.
All right, appreciate y'all. Praise the Lord and go Dogs.